YouTube or all whatever platform you hear and watching this on. We in France, nigga. See all this beauty and shit? Yeah, man. We're making a fucking video, right? About, first off, how sexy and beautiful we are. You know what I'm saying? But mainly, it's for real, on a serious note. Just a little, I like to call this a captain's log, right? Captain's log, captain vlog, nigga. But so we halfway through our trip in France, and now we in Rennes. They say don't say Rennes, so alright, nigga, Rennes. And pretty much we at the point that we're now. It's just like we waiting just for receiving, pretty much. From when I first got here to what the fuck has happened up until this point, just a little slight overview for your ass. We had a few different things happen. We had a blow up on our socials from TikTok and Instagram. We was at like literally, 30 or 20 followers type shit. Now we at like 500 on TikTok and Instagram. YouTube went up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's posting in the background, but that's why we're making this video, to push forward on YouTube, at least one video a week, at least, minimum. But see about putting that even up higher too and forward. But so anyway, that's one thing that's happened since I've been here. Another thing that's happened since I've been here, we've been doing and getting on our shit just from a standpoint of through inspiration. Say if we like, okay, we got these things to do today. We don't necessarily put on planned blocks because I got ADHD, right? And ADHD people, well, I'm neurodivergent in general with autism too. The autism side of me is like, ooh, structure. But the ADHD side of me is like, ill routine. Right? So I just put the structure of, hey, do these things. And then ADHD side of me gets to say, okay, we get to do it whatever we feel like doing it. And that helps us to do it all versus feel like we're constrained to a fucking schedule. So we've been doing really good with that. Another thing that's been happening since I've been here, I will say this is probably some of the most in my life that I've received a lot of external attention and external people saying like, oh my God, you're so cool, you're so this, you're so that. And to be honest with you, it's so funny because like this is some shit that we used to always want, right? Because granted, like I say, we're not at the level we deem successful yet. You know what I'm saying? Because we see ourselves as like quadrillionaire, fucking 500 mil on all platforms, like nigga going stupid type shit. Like y'all see Speed and all them niggas. Nigga, I'm him on steroids, motherfucker, here soon. As y'all will come reference this video to find the fuck out. But pretty much all the love, some would say, that we've been getting since we've been here, a lot of that shit low-key been false light, for lack of better words. And what do I mean by that? Like, I say this a lot of the time. There's people who like you for you. There's people who like how you make them feel and being around you. And there's people who like what they can get from being around you and being in your vicinity, right? And I feel like where I've been at, it's more so been the other two. People being around me to get shit out of me, which is either external validation for themselves. It's like they'll hit me up to hang out with me to make themselves feel important because I make people feel seen. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is people wanting what they can get out of me, which is my aura, my energy, right? Energy siphoning, energy vampires. If you know what that is, you know what that is. If you don't, then nigga, I don't know what to tell you. Go figure it out. But so that's some of the things we've been noticing up until this point. And that shit has been coming in a myriad of different ways. But I'm grateful though, because I get the opportunity to recognize the different ways that shit can come to your ass, and different ways that you get the opportunity to fucking move along and sift through and navigate that false fog. Excuse me, I like to say false fog. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Aside from that, France is indeed a beautiful place. We went to 3 concerts in like 2 days, and we got like drained fast as fuck. But it was very interesting. I will say the French people are very artistic motherfuckers, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. And I also got the opportunity to learn and understand the French people a lot more. Because at first, that shit was pissing me off, that people here seem to be more standoffish. They seem to be more like, you know what I'm saying, I want to say fake, right, to a degree. Not all, but I would say a good amount. But the reason why I think is because it's similar, and I'm going to get to this aspect of astrocartography as well, too, a little bit. I learned that the Brittany people actually got fucking colonized 3 times around this bitch. They got colonized first by France itself, because this was a Celtic region. The second time they got colonized was when World War II happened and the Nazis fucking took over France. And this place in particular that I'm at, Rennes, this is one of the strongholds they had. Right. Even certain people, French people, told me that their parents, after that, weren't allowed to speak their own Brittany language in schools. They were forced to speak French or forced to speak something else. So there's some generational trauma here in regards to that. And then now they're colonized by us, America, right? Through capitalism. The capitalism itself, in my opinion, isn't to be demonized. I just think it's how it's being utilized today, of how people abuse it in certain regards, even so much so to your fucking health, right? Type shit. Now to get on, so to finish that off, that's important because those aspects make sense on why they seem so closed off. And because a lot of French people say, well, it takes a while for us to warm up to you. And I feel that, you know what I'm saying? But it's the thing of how I'm on. I'm at a period in my life, I'm like, I have been through that same hurt, especially with my Native American roots, right? We've been through that same shit. This is the thing. I feel like y'all trying to use that shit as an excuse to still stay closed the fuck off and still stay guarded. And sometimes you can guard yourself so much so to where it's a wall and nobody can get through. I've been there before, that's how I can speak on that perspective. So even though I can level with their pain and I can understand it, I still don't give them no pass, because you still fucking grown. You still have your own responsibility of your own emotional state, and it's not up to other motherfuckers to fucking compensate for your lack thereof. Because as a person, if you want to connect, if you want to get some shit shaking, if you want to goddamn get some shit earthquake and bacon, you gonna make sure to do that shit, period. I don't give a fuck. There's been many instances in life, I feel like this applies to a myriad of different people in a myriad of different ways. That's why I don't give motherfuckers no slack, because I don't even give myself slack on that aspect. Like, I give myself forgiveness and grace, but not so much so to where I'm like, I'm gonna let you slide because of that type shit, you feel me? So hold on. So the second half of this is I wanted to touch on the astrocartography part. So here, if you don't know what astrocartography is, it's whenever you put astrology on the world and you utilize your signs to be able to recognize different places in the world having different types of energies for you specifically, and how they interact with your own journey from the standpoint of what you experience. So for example, like back home in America where I was at, I grew up in absolute fucking hell, not being seen, not being appreciated, not being, you know what I'm saying, having reciprocal situations. Well, come to find out in astrocartography, my chart has that whole East Coast line coded for me to go through hell, to not be seen, and to not have reciprocity. So that made me be like, damn, like, because I went over the areas I already went in life, and just to be curious to see what they say, because the map will tell you what the area based off of the certain sign that you have is supposed to, how it's supposed to interact with you from a general standpoint, not like a super specific, because it can manifest in different ways. But that's just a good little general overview. If you get it, you get it, and if you're curious enough, you'll go look into it. If not, I'm not about to sit here and fucking explain the whole damn thing. I feel like that's pretty straightforward enough in itself. So where I'm at now in France, there's two lines specifically that's pretty prevalent. There's a Chiron energy. Chiron means, your inner child wounds, things that, fucked you up when you're growing up. That's why I reference, like, the East Coast of where I used to live, right? And how I say I was unseen and shit like that, and not having reciprocal aspects in terms of connection prior. Here in the Chiron energy, it has manifested in ways of me actually being seen, not for how I think I'm worth being seen due to me knowing my own worth, but nonetheless, my inner child has been like, oh, okay, for sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, duly noted type shit, you know what I'm saying? And as well, there has been a lot of situations that has tested my patience and tested my overall willingness to be able to keep transcending and keep on elevating, which I'm always focused on. So that has been going in that direction, slowly but surely, inevitably. So I have been very, very grateful for that aspect as well too. There's a line as well in Paris that's Venus, so it's like coded for like love, but not only just love, then it's coded for something else as well too. It's like I think it's a Venus. It's my Venus ascendant, meaning Venus is the ruler of love and shit like that, connection and shit. And ascendant is, about like, you rising up in that regard, type, type shit. So, I'm here in Rennes right now, and I've just gotten, because I came also down here, I got the gods and the spirits connecting me with modeling and shit as a way to like, tap in through the industry, and then, pop my shit off with modeling, right? So as a result, I've been applying to different agencies. That's another thing that's been happening since I've been down here. We've been applying to different agencies and shit. We had some opportunities for like some game shows and shit like that, and fucking some other shit in America, but we wasn't fucking with it because we felt like they were trying to utilize our image for their narrative. Like, that's not what I'm on. If you trying to actually work longevity and fucking respect both parties and pay me for such, cool. But if you're trying to utilize me for your agenda, the Matrix's agenda to keep fucking our people up and fucking our mindsets up, no thank you, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. So with that being said, I had a few people, because apparently at Rennes too, I walked to the campus the other day and I noticed how it was a fucking, there was this photography type of building, and I think that's a certain, I'm not sure how to call it in like, I guess subject you can say, or like a certain study that you can go to. So I had somebody hit me up literally like yesterday, and a few other people too that I kind of talked to on and off of like, oh yeah, like you would be great for modeling and shit. So that's another good thing that we've been learning, to how to receive. Because I'm used to, in my life, fucking doing, giving. And not to say I'm still not doing and giving, but it's different now. Like, I'm recognizing in life, for me anyways, it can be different for you, but I prefer to receive, because I know that I'm going to give the most to whatever situation, person, place, or thing that I interact with. So I'm like, let me see if you gonna give, motherfucker, type shit. So that's why I kind of sit back in my chair now. You feel me? On some shit like, okay, let's see what you want, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we on now in that regards. And that has been a very, very great lesson that I've been learning, because, and this is what you women deal with. God damn. I see why y'all be so fucking stressed the fuck out all the time. Y'all getting offers every 2 damn seconds. I mean, especially with me doing OnlyFans management before. I already seen how y'all fucking messages look. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know how the fuck y'all be doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know y'all ego be liking that shit, but goddamn, still. Nigga, I get stressed out, nigga, over 10 messages, bitch. Y'all be getting hundreds, nigga, of niggas saying the same shit. Hey, what's up, cutie? God damn, I see that shit when I was managing my models, nigga. I said, oh my God. I said, hey, virtual assistant, please handle this shit. Handle these clowns, because I can't do it. Respectfully, of course. But that's a whole other conversation. I just wanted to tap that connection of how I recognize learning what women go through from the standpoint, because this is that divine feminine aspect of us, because we both have masculine and feminine energies in us. I've been used to doing masculine energy my whole life, especially with that toxic masculinity aspect of how society programs us to say, you need to do this and go out and do this, and you know, don't let no one, right? They tell you if you fucking receive, if you cry, then you was a bitch. No, that ain't true. In my personal opinion, it takes a man to be able to sit back in his seat to say, you know what, I'm willing to receive and I'm willing to let this shit come to me, type shit. It takes a lot out of a man to be humble that way. That's a big thing that a lot of us I feel like aren't taught. So that's why at this point in time, that's something I'm learning big time. But these are just some of the things that, you know what I'm saying, nigga has gone through up until now. I will say that I got the opportunity because I walked like an hour and 30 minutes throughout, I want to say pretty much the whole center, from the left side to the right side, from west coast to east coast. Well, not say west coast, east coast, but the west side to the east side of fucking France, right? And I will say that it was pretty fucking cool to be able to experience, you know what I'm saying, of excuse me, sorry, to be able to experience how the inner city is, and to see, you know, the merry-go-rounds and shit like that. And this time I ended off, I went and rode a merry-go-round too, because apparently I learned from the French people here, that's in like most French cities. I did the history on it. Merry-go-rounds actually were a way to teach kids to get ready to be cavalry, to train themselves for war indirectly without them knowing it. Nigga, that shit fucked my brain up. I said, damn. So just those couple pieces, you know, all the conversations just show you, like, you know, places don't just have, you know, a black and white feel to it. I think the world itself is a very gray, nuanced aspect, and I think that it's very, very based off of each individual's experience. And this is not me telling you this is how Rennes is. This is not me telling you this is how France is. I'm just telling you my experience based off my thoughts, beliefs, my fucking interpretations, and how things interact with me as an individual. Because it's so many factors that play into consideration whenever you have someone's own journey and someone's own experience. So I'm not telling you to say this is gospel. I'm just saying this is what the fuck we got going on, and this is something that you maybe can take into consideration of your journey, but not to say that this is what you need to hold as your belief. This is what you should hold as your fucking you know what I'm saying, your compass, to say this is what we're going to experience. So it's just a little bit of what the fuck we got going on here and shit. We halfway through. We still, of course, open. Shit still going up. It's definitely been a lot better since we've been here, for in terms of my own self, of just allowing shit to be and not reacting. Because I will say sometimes we do react to, sometimes we be goddamn spazzing out too now. But I hope you enjoyed, and this is just my little vlog, little captain log and shit. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. If you fucking on any other platforms, like, share, you know what I'm saying, send this to a motherfucking friend or something. Be supportive, don't be no weirdo fucking just staring at me and don't want to fucking invest nothing. You know what I'm saying, that's kind of odd. You feel me? But anyways, peace, love, prayers to you, whoever the fuck you is watching. And this is a message to you that I'm living my dreams, nigga, to the best of my abilities, by my goddamn self, with no family, no friends, no nothing. As of this moment. It'll change here soon, but that's just to say, I'm out this bitch dolo, hand solo. If I can do it, you can do it too, nigga. So, holla. See ya ass.